Good evening, guys. It's Friday night. It's the takeaway with me, Mr. B, Talkmu, and good old Pat Lawless. Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Thanks very much, Mr. B.
I pressed the wrong button.
Mr. B. What happened there, bro?
Flying
what was that?
start.
Right, hold on a minute. It's have you pressed the right button, Mr. B?
It's been a long day.
It's all good. Oh yeah, where's your camera gone, Mr. B? Oh, Mr. B's disappeared, folks. He'll be back shortly. I can hear things. I can hear things moving. Mr. B's. Hey! Hey, Mr. B, man! What the furry boots?
He's like Mr. Z.
Listen, this is my tribute to Lizzie. A few days early.
To who?
To Elizabeth. This is my jubilee, my jubilee attire. Look at my hat. Look, I've got a jubilee hat and everything. But look, guys, before we go any further, we need to set some boundaries. Obviously, I have had a forfeit. This isn't the forfeit, by the way. One, we need to set some boundaries. I don't even sing happy birthday to my kids. I have a wedding in 9 days, not mine, that I am attending, so I cannot dye my hair. I'm willing to wear a wig of any color or any sort, and I'm willing to do a show in any accent. If that is good enough for you guys to accept, then the forfeit will take place. If not, then the forfeit will not be taking place. So, guys, it is totally and utterly up to you. Now I can take this ridiculous outfit off.
Mr. B, can you do this? Can you do the show in a Scouse accent, bro?
A Scouse accent?
Yeah, man.
All I know is and then it doesn't really sound. The accent isn't quite there. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm only good at the
What accents can you do, bro? You do a Scottish accent.
I'll have to work. I was Mr. T in the early days. I'll be honest. When I came on the channel, I was a very, 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 very angry guy. It's been very therapeutic talking to you guys. So, Mr. T, I could probably do. I'll watch a game. Maybe I'll watch the 4-1 that Watford gave us, and I should be able to do a Mr. T. But look, forget all of that. Pat, welcome, man. Yeah, welcome to the agenda, big man. Welcome to the agenda, big man. Talk as always. My left. Are you my left hand man?
I'm your left hand man, yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, anyway, my left hand man. Guys, welcome to the agenda. Today, we will be talking Steve Mcclaren. We have had a little natter about him before, but Scholes has obviously come out with a statement or two that Talk's going to try and throw up here. Yes. There we go. Is Scholes right about Mcclaren? He has mentioned that he doesn't feel that Mcclaren is suited for the role. He feels that he should be maybe moved upstairs. We have had a discussion already, but I want to hear from you, Pat. Tell me what you think, big man.
Is Pascal's trying to talk about something that we don't know about? Is he trying to say he's dated, or is he suited better for a role upstairs? Like Steve Mcclaren was brought in for the role in 1999 under Alex Ferguson because he was very good at video analysis and sports psychology. So obviously that was 1999, and the game has obviously progressed and it's changed, and there's a lot more attributes that a coach can bring now. So does he feel that Steve Mcclaren is dated? Does he feel that he can't bring something that a younger manager that would be more up to date on technology can bring? Is that what he's trying to say, or is he trying to say that Or does he know something that we don't know, that it's just not being run properly upstairs, and we need somebody like Steve Mcclaren up there who has the ear of Alex Ferguson? Is that what he's trying to say?
Talk.
Listen, I do not want Steve Mcclaren anywhere near the upstairs of Old Trafford. No way.
Yeah.
He's not, I mean, what to do? What exactly? Steve McClaren is a coach. You can't
Yeah.
coach from upstairs. You know, what's he going to do? Go up and coach John Murto and, you know, the rest of the new guys? You know what I mean? I don't get this at all. And I just think, you know, I mean, Scholes, I've got a lot of respect for Scholes. Of course I have. But, I mean, come on. This is a guy here that we're talking about who was part of the treble-winning adventure. And, you know, he's got, in my opinion, he has got a lot to bring and a lot to offer at the club. I just want to show, this little quote here. This is what Steve Mcclaren said. The Dutch taught me a whole new football identity, way of playing, philosophy, and I had to adapt and embrace that. And I did it, and it was fantastic. An example, in my first game, we drew, and I wasn't happy, but the media were delighted because we had 70% possession of the ball. And I said, yeah, but we haven't won. Doesn't matter. 70% possession of the ball is very good. And that's what they wanted to see. I think, to sum up my experience of the Netherlands, that it was, they taught me about possession football. Build up from the back. Drawing was not enough. It's about winning. And that's the thing right there. The last bit of that. It's about winning, right? And possession and about winning. So he totally understands what is going to be expected of him here, coming into this role. He's not coming in here for us to start, you know, bringing coaching methods that are going to enable us to just draw games or just to, you know, pass the ball about nicely and all that. No, this is a specific appointment. He's bringing him in to help. Erik ten Hag is bringing him in to help him win. And not just that, in my opinion. This is also about Erik ten Hag. He needs somebody who can communicate the message that Ed ten Hag is trying to get across to the players. Now, Steve Mcclaren has got a lot of experience in doing that. He's worked with ten Hag before. And more importantly, you know, he's worked at Manchester United and been successful there, McLaren. So with the adaptation of new methods, new technologies, new sports psychologies and sports therapies and everything else, I think that Steve McClaren can easily, you know, get involved in that side of things and help the players understand what is actually required in order for them to go out onto that pitch and give 100% and do exactly what they're being asked to do by Erik ten Hag and his philosophy and system.
So see, I was more thinking that he may be a temporary role, because if he goes upstairs, I would be thinking maybe he'll be all right. I know Ralph is only there for one day a year or whatever he's contracted.
Bank holiday weekends.
Yeah. Whatever hours he's got, would that be clashing with him in his role in that specific role? My issue with McClaren, to be honest, is he too old? Is he too old?
No.
Mr. B,
No.
it smells like Mike Phelan all over again. Doesn't it?
That is what
he's gonna come in and keep a chair warm, and that's about it. Now, the man Erik ten Hag needs to know what he wants. So that's a different story.
The thing is, sorry, Pat. One sec. We're talking here about ten Hag, who has just left the team that he has been really successful with, and there's no way would take on the biggest job in world football, which is Man United is the biggest job in world football. He wouldn't take that job on, right, and then appoint Steve McClaren as on a whim or on a hope. He must 100% in his mind believe that Steve McClaren, under whatever instruction from Ten Hag, like I was saying, new technologies, you know, dietitians and everything, the psychology part and all the video analysis and everything else, he must be 100% convinced that Steve McClaren is going to do a job for him. Because why would he risk, you know, because we do understand that he also has to come into this club, Ten Hag. He's got to get off to a really good start, because if you don't, you know, if you get everybody to be quiet whilst you speak and then you don't get your words out, they ain't going to stop. They're not going to keep listening. They're going to start nattering amongst themselves and, go and listen to somebody else. So Erik ten Hag has got to make the best possible impact and start to his tenure. So there's no way he would risk doing that when you've got, I'm sure there's numerous other people around that Ten Hag could have got. But like I say, Ten Hag must be 100% convinced that Steve Mcclaren can actually do a job. Now, we talk about specific roles. And again, for me, I don't see what role could Steve Mcclaren do upstairs at United. That's crazy. There is no role for him upstairs at United. If someone could tell me what role he would do upstairs, I'll listen. But for me, there isn't one. It's a nonsense.
I feel like McClaren was brought into. I feel like McClaren was brought in to galvanise the squad, bring in the club, bring in the true meaning of what Ollie was trying to implement. But now we have Ten Hag to do the football element of it.
Okay.
So just, I mean, you know what?
As well as he's bringing his obvious football knowledge, because he has about 20, 30 years of football knowledge as well. He's not just coming in because he loves Man United. He's coming in because he knows his stuff. There's no doubt Steve McClaren knows his stuff. It just, the only thing he didn't do was work out as a manager. As a coach, he has all the credentials, but he's brought in because he has the coaching ability, and he's brought in to galvanise that squad. And that's what I think he's in there to do. He's to bring back that real Manchester United feeling in the club again.
Spirit.
So you know what? I think you might be right there, Pat. Do you know what? He's come in with the Ollie hug, but the education and the football training and the philosophy is coming from Ten Hag. Do you know what? Maybe, Pat. Maybe you've fallen onto something there, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, before we go any further, we forgot something, Mr. B. We did forget something. And as you know, folks, on the Friday Night Takeaway, we do like to bring you a little bit of a quiz question. And I have got a little bit of a thing for Spot the Ball. I love it. I think it might be because it regresses me to my childhood of trying to figure out on those black and white bits of paper where the ball was, because of the dream of winning, I don't know what it was, 25 quid or something, which I never did. Never got it right. But it is your chance to get it right. Have a cop for that. Okie dokie.
Talk, just to let you know, my missus has got this right 2 weeks in a row. And I haven't got
it. Oh,
really?
Okay, that's good. That's good, Pat. Not good for you. Not good for you.
No, it's terrible for me.
Mrs. Lawless, big up to you. Okay, folks, there you go. Check that out. Which one of those numbers is the ball? Okay, that's all you got to do. It's very simple. And you've got one guess. You know how it rolls on here. You have one guess, and that goes for you as well, Mr. B. You've got one guess. You had about 19 guesses last week. One guess, bro. You got one guess. So,
do I say it now?
It's up to you, Patty. But once you commit, bro, that's it.
All
you're
right.
Committed.
Okay, I'm gonna go with number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Like, who took the shot?
What? Oh,
I'll give you a hint. There's nobody from Watford.
Oh,
it's not a true question.
Number 2. Okay,
number
Mr. B. So
it
was Alanga took the shot.
Oh no, is that Alanga over there on the left?
No, that must be. Oh, my eyes are so bad. All right. Okay. So I'm going to wait. I'm not rushing it this week.
Mr. B's going to wait to see what everyone else is saying.
I'm not going to rush this week.
Now, Talk, when we get to the comments, you can't say, no, it's not number 2 to somebody.
No, I'm not going to say that. All I want to see is just people putting their comments in. But you know what? As we are on that, let us just. I'll take this down for a moment. So there, have a good look at that, folks. Do a screenshot if you have to. But we'll just get rid of that for a moment. Let's just have a quick go through some of the comments, Mr. B. We've got Gareth Shotton in the building. Big up. Paul Scholes also thought Ollie was the MSN for the job. It's about time we cut ties with all our legends. Fair enough. Ajmal in the building, one of our members. Big up. Erik ten Hag chooses McClaren. This miserable Scholes, I want to slap him. Okay. CeeLo Gamer. Sounds like ever when ESL was announced. Matthew Bassett's in the building. Bill Baggio in the building. Big up to you, Bill. Eddie's Football Waffle. Yo, big up to you, bro, as well. Let's have a look. So Eddie is saying Steve McClaren's Dutch accent should be the forfeit. Can you do that, Mr. B? Do you reckon?
That's a tricky one. That is.
Look,
Can you do a stream in Latin?
I can't even. I can only speak bloody English, bloody Latin. We will work on something. I do promise, because I don't want to be sitting out here. I've got kids that make bets, so I haven't got kids that make bets. What am I talking about? Forget what I said. Forget that.
Mr. B, what are you saying, bro? You just said that live on the stream, bro. Box is in the building as well. Yo, big up to you, Box. Box says, if Scholes thinks this, why doesn't he keep it to himself? Because by saying it, he doesn't offer anything positive regards to the. You know what? You bang on there, Box, and that is
Can I say something? Box is right, and I think too many Manchester United players have a voice, but they speak with too much emotion, and sometimes they don't realize how much power they have and what they say. It's like Rio. Well. It's like Rio Ferdinand asking for a statue to be built about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or sign the contract after 3 games, and we're all sitting back and going, "All right, Rio, relax, you madman."
And when Gary Neville said, "How low do you want the contract to be?" and whatever else, it was all look. We do get a bit giddy and whatnot when we see a little. We
did.
We all do.
Yeah. So
does that mean? Can I ask you then? So you say we all do. So when Ten Hag comes in and we win our first 7 games, and are we then supposed to hold the reins in? We haven't won games back to back for so long. I can't see. I honestly want to be that guy who sits down here and you're all, you've got to be this, and I'm going to be so happy, man. I'm sick and tired of watching it. Sorry, go on.
What? I just cut you off before the swear jar got hit.
Yeah, that's one.
What was the first game that Elanga scored in? And I think Rashford scored as well. I can't remember, but it was something like it was like a 4-0 win or something. It was the start of the season.
It was a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. Elanga scored, Rashford scored, even Bruno scored. And I remember we came on here, and I swear to God, we hadn't had a win like that in months. And you swear we won the league. We were a Cheshire cat smiling. Yeah. What are we going to be like if we hit 3 games on the bounce?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, look.
I'm like down the scarf.
I will get excited. There's no 2 ways about that. When I see the football, consistent. This is the key for me. Is whether to begin with, when win, lose or draw, I want to see consistency. I want to see the consistent effort by the players to implement what it is Ten Hag's getting them to do on the pitch. And I think if we see that, then the only place you can go from there is to get better, is to improve. We all know, Klopp at Liverpool and blah, blah, man. Even Pep, when he first turned up at City, wasn't a bed of roses and easy. He's, plain sailing. It took hard work. It takes hard work. And, we have to see that. But what, I don't want to see any of this kind of. Do you know what, Mr. B? You know what bugs me the most when we're doing watch-alongs is that inability to just work the ball forward. Right, God, the left see. It's just crazy. It does my boxing. It really does. It really grates someone. I can't be doing with it. But let's have a look. A few more comments. Box is saying we'll have enough of the ABU media and fans taking shots at Ten Hag without legends doing so. Yeah. Eddie's Football says, Mr. B, I'm sure it's called Treat Your Mother Right. Check it on YouTube after lol. Well, that's regards to.
It's all right. I know what he's talking about.
Okay. Ajmal says Ten Hag said himself McClaren is going to be coaching. There you go. Okay, listen, we'll come back to the comments. Let me just put that a mark on that one. We will come back to the comments shortly. Well, I'll just before we continue, have another quick look at this, folks. Pat has already picked his number. He's gone for number 2. Let me know which one you think is the ball. That's all you got to do. Simple as that. I can't see any numbers yet in the chat. But Let me know what you think.
I've started.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Eddie's gone with 4 and Donny Van Diesta has gone for 2.
Okay, and CeeLo's going for number 1. Okay.
Same with Bill. Airman Bill Baggio's gone for 1.
Excellent.
Right, I'm going for 1.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
going for 1. I'm going for 1.
Okay.
If Bill Baggio says 1, I'm going for 1. That's the one I was waiting for.
He's a one. Yeah, go on. Start singing, Mr. B. He's the one that I want. There's your
That's
forfeit.
the one. There's
there's
the
your
one.
forfeit right there, Mr.
Come
B.
on. Thank you, Bill.
Okay.
I'm full. Yes, I'm number 1. Number 1.
Bill's the man.
Okay, so then, all right. Well, I mean, look, yeah, this Steve Mcclaren thing is the question is he a big enough name to command the respect of the players when in the coaching sessions? That's a question.
They already know. They already know the part that he played in the success that we've had. The fact that he is a disciple, not a disciple, but an employee of that generation. I think they'll have the respect for him. I don't see any issues with a lack of respect for him from the players, especially earlier on anyway. And let's be honest, if they do show anything, then I would like to think that they're going to be shipped out. Let's not take, it doesn't have to be run like an army camp, but at the same time, things need to be set in place.
Mr. B, that is one of the, well, I'm glad you just said that, because that is exactly the key to it. Is Ten Hag has got to make it clear in a roundabout way, like he did when in that footage we've seen of him going around the club, marking his territory, letting everybody know I'm the boss, but in a nice way. He's got to do the same thing with the players. He's got to make it clear that this is your coaching setup now. You have to adhere to what is being asked of you. You have to give 100% and the blah, blah, blah. If I don't see that, you ain't going to be getting picked. You're going to be training with the youngsters. You're going to be training with the B team. You're going to be training with the reserves, right? I've got to see 100%. There is no give, because in a club like Manchester United, there can't be no leeway either side. You are either on it or you ain't. And if you ain't, you've got to go off until you are.
Just going on what Matthew Batter said there, like McLaren's a great number 2, but not a main coach. Like McLaren done such a good job at United as a coach that he was headhunted for the manager's role. I think it was within 2-3 years. So that's saying something about the fella. Now, it may not have worked out for him as a manager, but you can't knock his coaching credentials on that.
No.
So you have to give him that.
Yeah, but do you know what? There is a member of the team who we do have on who uses a word, and I've never really used it, but I'm going to use it right now. And I agree with what Paddy says. And we know what is that word, Mr. B? Begins with an R.
Ruthlessness.
Yes, there you go. That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, that is one of the things that we do need to see from Ten Hag, I believe, because as soon as you start to, if you walk into the room like like 10 bears, but then you don't back it up, no one's gonna be scared of you. You're like, yeah, it's a soft touch. This one, I can get around him easy. I can come up with a reason why, and it's reasons why that cause problems in dressing rooms. When somebody comes up with a reason why I've been shit in training or why I haven't been 100%, but then still is left to get away with it and come in on the next training session, play in the next game and not perform or perform poorly, that is not the kind of environment and culture you got to have at Manchester United. It's got to be, like I said, you've got to be on it 100%. If you ain't, go away until you are. Do not even have them anywhere near the coaching, and the squad, because it can be, as we know, it can be like a virus. You know what I mean? It can spread. It makes other players, start to doubt, whether actually what's going on here is the right thing. If you're allowing, X, Y, and Z to come in and not be 100%, then why should I be 100%? And we've got to stay away from that kind of approach. We really have.
Just looking at the conversation. Sorry, Pat. Go on.
No, I was just saying I agree with Talk.
Just makes a change. See, look. So are we in? He's not a manager. He's a half decent number 2, and Paul Scholes probably needs to keep his mouth a little bit more quiet. Yeah, is that what we
think before he talks?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is he? I mean, look, he got, yeah. I was gonna say, so he got his he got posted on Instagram. It's like chewing his daughter's toenail. So I actually don't think he gives a shit. I actually don't give. I actually don't think he gives a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit. But look, we spoke about McClaren and his credentials and how good, or everybody has their opinion now. This may well switch you maybe the other way, because McClaren has rated Scott Mctominay as a 7 to 8 player. Not his shirt number, not the position that he plays, but his performances while he's been playing for Manchester United. Now, I'll make mine very, very brief. I think he's very, very wrong in his assessment of. I don't even know what assessment he has. Jose rated Scott McTominay. He really rated him a lot before he left. Ollie played him virtually every game, and now we've got McClaren singing his praises again now. Like OMONDI says, you've got your eye test and you look. I'm not really sure that McClaren has got this run right. Talk to me, talk.
Look, we say, when we're doing a watch along, Mr. B, if Scott McTominay is having a good game or he's doing things well, he gets praised. We say, well done, Scott, blah, blah, blah. But if he ain't, we say, Scott, what are you doing? You know what I mean? That's rubbish. And that's one of the things I always repeat on the channel, is we never have agendas against any players. But for a lot of the time, if you go back and listen to our watch-alongs, you will hear us saying, Scott, what are you doing? Right? That's what we say most of the time with Scott McTominay. Now, in terms of his abilities, I mean, there's his stats there for Man United. 120, 11 goals, 3 assists. Big chances created, 6, and through balls, 5. And Pat made a joke at the start and said, "Is he a goalkeeper?" You know what I mean? It's like, and these are the kind of stats when you look at him, you go through all the rest of his stats. You got to ask the question, okay, then. So then we've just said everything we said about Steve McClaren, but then now we're like, but yeah, okay. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of Scott McTominay's game that is applaudable, but there is also a lot about his game that is deplorable. And we've said it many times. He doesn't have, well, from our point of view anyway. When we're not coaches, I know that. But from the eye test, so to speak, we always say, no, he hasn't. We don't think he's got the skill set in order to be able to play a different brand of football, like protecting the ball, carrying the ball well, using the space better whilst with the holding onto the ball, making better passes, that kind of approach. So what is Steve McClaren hit? We've got to try and look at this from a different angle as to why would Steve McClaren say what he said, right? That will help us understand what kind of approach maybe that he's going to be taking and Erik ten Hag's going to be taking. Because for him to come out and say that, then surely McTominay is going to be part of Erik ten Hag's initial plan. Surely.
Pat?
Listen, I don't want to say anything bad about Scott McTominay because I really like Scott McTominay, right? Because he's a fan's favorite. He works his socks off. We all know he plays with his heart on his sleeve, and he gives everything. He gives everything for 90 minutes. Okay, he's not the best passer of the ball. He's not great at playing the ball through. That's one thing I say about him. Is Steve McClaren trying to say that this is the type of player that we expect everybody to be, with all the bad attitudes that is in the team at the moment?
Possibly.
Is he trying to allude to McTominay as the model Man United player that we expect everybody else to be, regardless of how good of a player he is? Is that what he's trying to? He's trying to big him up to say that we want all the rest just to be like Scott.
Well, that's one as an angle to look at it from, because you do need an example. Now, in terms of examples, sorry, go on, Pat.
No, I like Scott, but I think, like, at the end of the day, I think he'd be better suited as a squad player. if somebody better came in to play in front of him. And I don't mean a squad player as in he just comes in the odd time. I mean that with the amount of games that we play a year, he'd probably play 40% of them instead of 100% of them, because there's some games where he's just outclassed in the midfield, where if he had a better quality midfielder, the better quality midfielder would play them games. But in the games where that better quality midfielder is not needed, Scott Mctominay would play and be very effective. And then in them games, if it isn't working out for Scott, then the better quality midfielder gets brought on as a substitute and replaces Scott. And then that's where we win them games and we come back from maybe a 1-0 at half time instead of losing every game that we've lost by a 1-0 victory before the first 45 minutes like we've done for the last 90 games. And no, that's the only thing. But I'll never badmouth Scott in a way, because you can never give out about anybody who works his socks off, and he works his socks off. That's all I'll say about Scott.
I think from my point of view, I think you could be right in terms of what you said there about his attitude to the football, and as an example, and we know there are another great example is Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that the work ethic and everything else is there from Cristiano, and like Cristiano Ronaldo, Scott McTominay must be as good as he isn't, right, in terms of the position he plays, in terms of the training, in terms of the attitude and everything else. And if it's right up there in the eyes of Ten Hag and in the eyes of Steve Mcclaren, then they do need examples to work with. They don't want to be going in there having to create examples, because they really are starting on the back foot, aren't they, if they have to do that? So, you know what, maybe this is a bit of clever talking here by Steve Mcclaren, because obviously he'll know that, some of the players will get wind of this. And I bet all the players now know about what he said about Scott McTominay. So it raises questions.
We were talking about earlier on that Steve Mcclaren is very good at sports psychology. So this could be one of the little traits he's going to start adding in now that we wouldn't think of, but it gets players thinking.
Yes.
Well, it's got me thinking, because
of course.
If I'm a player and I see Scott McTominay play actually on the pitch, and he's been rated at a 7 or 8. Don't get me wrong, I couldn't play football to his standard. What he has is a God-given gift, granted. I understand that. But I'm comparing him to other central midfielders in the Premier League. I want a midfielder that other teams desire, not ridicule. That's what I'm looking for. And right now, when we had McFred playing, we were getting ridiculed. People were laughing at our central midfield. So if McTominay, I'm not sure he has the skill set to play in a Ten Hag system. That is the problem that I have, or that's what I see. Whether or not that is right or wrong, time will tell. But as a technical player talk, we've seen it. I mean, it was a Monday that used to say, or still says, that he runs 30 yards before he makes the pass instead of making the pass. He'll run 15 and then he'll pass the ball. I talk about his river dancing as well. There's just stuff that he does in the game that really frustrates me as a person who looks at central midfielders, or not say coaches, but plays with a team of central midfielders. There's certain things that you want them to be able to do, and I'm not sure that Scott's doing it. So it could well be the attitude and his desire in training, maybe.
And what about, because we've got to ask the question, is Ten Hag going to operate a single pivot or a double pivot? Now, if it's a double pivot, then maybe Scott McTominay will have a job to do in a double pivot. But definitely not in a single. We know that.
How would you class Scott McTominay comparisons on the spectrum with Darren Fletcher?
He's got the same. I think he's got the same engine,
same attributes. I'd have to look into it, right? But Jesus, if Ferguson could get a shift out of Darren Fletcher, I'm sure to God that's what McClaren must be thinking about Scott McTominay. I'm not saying he's going to play him all the time, but just the attributes.
And again, Pat, think you said it there that maybe Fletcher was never a starter. Fletcher was never a main midfielder, but he was a adequate squad player. If that's the avenue that they're going down, well, then maybe it could work. But the fact that he was starting so much games, I think was probably the bigger issue.
I'd like to be very clear that we had McFred now for the past year and a half, right? It's either gonna be the Mac or the Fred. It's not gonna be McFred anymore.
Yeah, but, hold the phone.
Sorry, Solo. I'm sorry.
So when it comes to Fred, I mean, I think we can all agree that Fred is, well suited and great for United. Can we not?
Yeah.
Colchester
United.
Sorry, Solo. Yeah, listen, Fred's another. Fred's another topic all on his own. To be fair, he really is. And
but similar traits to is his work rate to McTominay, not attributes. Similar work rate. Yeah, heart, desire, engine, do everything for the club.
I mean, again, Mr. B, you said something earlier, which is alluding to maybe early on for Scott McTominay. Is this early on? What's this? Frankie de Jong double pivot? Asks Matthew Bassett. Interesting question, that, bro. That is an interesting question. Let me tell you that. But early on for Erik ten Hag, because obviously it seems like we're fighting hard for Frankie de Jong and whoever else in the transfer window. If they don't, these things don't happen for us first goal in this first window, then Erik ten Hag's got, he's got to try and make the best of what he's got. So maybe that is also a part of what is going to be happening here at Man United. What's that? Fred being destroyed there.
talking about our little joke on Fred. Bless him. I love him really.
No, we all do.
Fred again. We know what, whenever Fred played poorly, we'd say, "Fred, what are you doing? That's rubbish." But when he played well, we'll always praise him. But like I say, and I always reiterate, there is no agendas on this channel. The only agenda I've got is against my little competition here. So come on, folks, spot the ball. Spot that there ball. Let me know which one you think is the ball. Okay?
So if you haven't had your vote yet, we've you can only have one. So yeah, get them in, guys. If you are in the chat and you haven't said hi, say hi. We don't bite.
Miss Melina's in the building. Big up, Mel. Miss Melina. Resident Arsenal fan. Let's go through some of the comments, Mr. B. Let me just take that off. Yeah. Let me take that off. Let's have a look where we at. We're going to go from. Let's go from here. SHAH. Scott is 25 years old. For his position, he will be better in once Ten Hag gets hold of him. Liverpool have Milner, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, who can play in those positions. We have McFred. Yes. Salo HD Gamer says McTominay's 27, bench at best, but his attitude is what we need at United.
Correct.
That's what we were just having a thing. Paddy says, I agree. We need better support in that midfield, 100%, without a doubt. And we've got Donny van de Iniesta. I was told on Friday by someone very, very close to the United team that the players turned up to training on Thursday and Friday and couldn't even be asked. They've lacked discipline. And Ragnick.
They must come on. Let's continue this. Come on, and Ragnick, come on.
And Ragnick couldn't really force them to train properly because how can you even do that? The players just wouldn't get involved. Disgusting. Well, I mean, look again. You know what? These are, the kind of rumours that are floating around, and I suppose the question needs to be asked: does it surprise us? Does it surprise me? Not really, because you only got to look at the performances on the pitch to tell you. And the way Ralph was standing on the touchline, the look on Ralph's face, it was a total, talk about a standing teacher or whatever, whatever you call them, a support teacher coming in. That's what it was. That's all it was. They were having none of it. They just weren't listening because, like I said, during the watch along, Mr. B, either Ralph Rangnick is telling the players to play like that, right? Or they're not listening to him.
They weren't listening.
They've just chosen to do that themselves, right?
They're not listening.
Yeah, exactly. So, there was no authority there for Ralph, though, was there? Because you can't. How can you be an authoritarian with only 6 months in the role?
So much. I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
It was a crazy decision by the club, to be honest. So we've been over this before, but it was a crazy decision. But at the end of the day, somebody said it. I was listening to another podcast today, and somebody actually said it. That if this was absolutely just poor from the club in terms of when we knew he was getting rid of Ole, they should have been out straight away. Whoever they identified, whether it be Ten Hag, whether it be Antonio,
he wasn't going to come.
Anyone, right? No. Yeah, but they've got to. Man United should have gone out and gone all out to get whoever their man was. Pay the money, get them. You go and get your. This is Man United we're talking about, yeah.
Talk.
You know what I mean? Well,
listen, back in the day we were Man United. Now we're just another club that plays in bloody red. You know what I mean? We have it. I'm looking at it from an outside. Outside.
Yeah, outside. But the point is, though, is still Manchester United is still a huge pull.
Yeah, I get it. Right?
So we should have been going out and we should have got whoever we identified as going to be the manager, which probably, to be fair, they probably still didn't know even when they were planning to sack Ole. They probably sat there going, okay, well, what are we going to get next? What are we going to do? And they're like, oh, well, let's just get Ole out first, and then we'll try and think about it. And
let's finish off this game. Let's finish off this game of Premiership manager and see who's the best manager and get him.
Yeah. But what they should have been doing is they should have been out there and they should have gone and got their man, no matter, regardless of how much it costs, right? And compensation and wages and all that.
Yeah, well, look, let's see. You're talking about how much it costs. You talk about cost. With the Glazers, you talk about cost talk. Come on now.
Talk. I agree with you, but somebody had to be the fall guy for the new manager coming in, and unfortunately, Ralph took that on the chin well, and he's well able for it as well. That won't bother Ralph. Ralph Rangnick,
It'll be fine. In 3 years, in 3 years' time, it'll be a genius masterstroke. We sit here hoping, We sit here hoping. Look, let's get this spot.
Okay, let's just we got to nail this up then. So, is the quote? Is it right then, Mr. B?
No.
Pat.
What's that?
The quote is 7 to 8 rated.
As a squad player.
Okay. I say no. I say. I don't know.
It's hard.
It's hard because he's such a grafter. He's such a good.
He's a grafter, but
he's the grafter. That's it.
But as I said, there's games where you need the grafter, and there's games where you need the finesse. And right now, I think football's drifting more towards the finesse side of things. Get me wrong. There's always a role in the team for a Scott, but we'll see. We'll see.
We could be completely shocked next year, and Donny van der Beek and Scott Mctominay, or Fred, could end up being pivotal in the squad.
Well, you know what?
We're not sitting here next year, 6 months.
No, Pat. If that's that case, next year we're going to be all supporting Colchester United, bro. Right? Simple as that. But anyway, folks, let's get back. Right, here's your last chance, last opportunity before we wrap this baby up. Yo, big up to Sweet Jamaica in the building. Let me just show our old Jego Manchester United. Jamaica in the house. Big up, Sweet Jamaica, man. Big up to you, bro.
Right. Everybody in the chat should have had their vote in by now. If you haven't, then you're still not too late, because Talk's got a list to go through of about 16 or 17 numbers on their Talks.
Yeah, so we've got let's have a look. Where we go? Let me go back up a little bit. I need to go down. There it is. So we've already said a few people. Matthew Bassett saying 1. Bill Baggio says 1. Ajmal says Cosman saying 4. SHAH saying 2. Anybody else? Solo saying 1. CeeLo saying 1. Okay. Anybody else? Get your number in now before we run out of time. And Pat said it was number 2, and Mr. B has also gone numero 1. So come on, folks. Oh, MK saying number 3. Okay, with the question mark. That's not going to help you, man.
It's so confident.
Yeah.
Number 3 question mark 1, 2, 4, or 5.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I like the way you're rolling that, Emma. I like it. Anybody else is going to come in late with any numbers? No, I can't see it. I'll give you another 10 seconds to get anybody else get your numbers in quick. Come on, before the housemaster calls the number. No, nobody else is coming in. Okay,
Right,
okay, folks.
Let's go.
I'll put it. Oh no, sorry. Bill's said, can I change to 5?
Of course you can. Of course you can. And if he changes to number 5, I'm changing to number 5. Sorry.
Bill only picked 1 to 5 last week.
All right, Bill, I'll let you have. CeeLo says number 6, the stand. No, bro, no, that would be cruel. I wouldn't do that to you. No, that's not. No. Right. Okay, then. Right. Well, I'll now reveal which number it actually is. The ball.
And we want proof.
I can see the ball.
It's all right. Look, I'll tell you what. Look, I'll tell you what. Talk. Next time you do it, we want proof. Go on.
See the back black post that holds up the nets? That's where the ball is.
It's not Pat.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I don't know what you're seeing, Pat, but yeah, it's not. Trust me.
To the left, just exactly left of the number 2. It looks like a white round ball.
No. Yeah, but that's a bit small, though, isn't it? Oh, actually.
I'm glad you went for that, Pat. I'm glad you went for that, but
you're wrong. I get it. I'm wrong, so I changed my number now. I would like number 1.
CeeLo's saying number 7, the net. No, it's not. It's only one of the numbers, folks. It's only one of the numbers. So
There's no chance.
It's between 1 and 5, right? Somewhere in the middle of there.
Come on, let's go.
Donny Van Diesta says 6. Maguire just scared an own goal at the other end of the pitch. Scored even. Okay, folks, let's have it. We'll put you out of your misery. The ball is actually under number 4. The ball has the attempt was made. The keeper got a touch on it, and the ball just looped over, and it's there just behind number 4.
So who got it right?
So it was, I think Eddie's Football Waffle got it right, and who else? Let me see. Ajmal got it right as well. I think that's the only one. They're the only 2 who got it right, which is good.
Well done, Ed. Well done, Ajmal.
Yeah. So that was good work from them too. And I don't need to give you any proof, Mr. B. Trust me, it's number 4.
That's all right. Don't worry. I trust you. I trust you. The fact that you didn't give it to me after I paid you £20 just before the show. It's not really.
It doesn't count when you owe him £20.
Mr. B, me and you are skimp, bro, and all that. That's you know what? Solo's swear jar for the Christmas box is massive. I'm telling you,
it's swear barrel.
You can see, look, wrong again.
You just got to. Right, okay, let me ask you, folks. I love this game. Right, let me ask you this, folks. When it comes to next week's takeaway, what do you want to see? Do you want to see more spot the ball, or do you want to see guess the player come back? Which would you rather see? Let us know in the chat before we go.
I'd like to spot the ball, but mix it up if you want to talk.
I don't have a problem. I'm not going to get any of them right, so I don't have a problem. I'll agree with Bill Baggio for most of it, although he got it wrong this week, didn't he? Who got it right? Oh, Cosman. All right, Cosman. I'm gonna follow Cosman next week. Whatever he agrees
actually,
with.
do you know what we should do, Mr. B? What we should do next season, start of next season, right? If we're going to stick with the spot the ball, or we do it between spot the ball and guess the player, we'll get a little league going. And see who comes out at the end. And maybe, just maybe, we might actually be able to give a little prize out. You know what I'm saying? Spot the ping pong ball. Let's vote. You've been watching too much Phoenix Nights. Jenny.
Box got number 4 as well.
Did he? All right.
I do apologise, Box.
And I think Box was the first one to say 4.
Oh, Box. Big up Box.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
See,
sorry, Box.
Let me just
do forgive me.
Let me put this in my notes for next.
Sorry, Ed.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon to that, folks in the chat? Then next season we do every Friday takeaway. We do this either spot the ball or guess the player, and those people who get it right, we go right throughout the season, and whoever's got the most rights at the end of the season, we have to give them a prize. What do you think to that, Mr. B?
Spot the ball book.
Yeah, good one, Pat. I like it. I'm just drawing it now as you speak. That's why I said at the end of the season. It's going to take me the end of the season to do a book.
Guys, it's Friday. It's late. Pat, where can we find you?
On the Man United agenda. That's it.
Steve, and see that's what I like. That is what I like to hear. He's not whoring himself anywhere else. He's whoring himself on the agenda. With that, we're out. Talk.
Yeah, well.
As always, man, my left hand, who got it right? My left hand, man. Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure. Guys, if you are still here, you don't have to be here. We appreciate you all. Let us know in the comments afterwards. Sorry.
I say thank you to the boss, man. I got me hoodie.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
See, do you know what? I'm going to be honest, right? I feel like I've been hard done by here because you've got all of yours on the front, and I see all of your guys. See, look at that. I've got a little badge. Mine's is at the back. Oh, see, that's what I've got at the back of my. I should have got it at the front. Oh, I'm jealous. Solo.
Well,
I have to be putting another order in, mate.
Mr. B, I think that we are in the process of working with somebody who's hoping we're going to get some new designs done and whatnot as well for next season. So we are working on that in the background, and we'll keep you updated on how that's going. So you got to show this one, Mr. B. Hold on a minute.
There you go.
Donny, you got don't let your goldfish watch United, bro. It's not going to live long, mate. I'll tell you that for now.
Oh God! Look, with that, guys. Look, it's been a pleasure as always. As I said, you don't have to be here, but you are. We are the agenda. It's the takeaways Friday night. Please be safe. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back real soon.
Ciao.